press the button on the stream. All these encoders are good. We should be on here. Let me look at the time stand here. We are live. It says, you are live. The internet can now see you. That's what it says.
All right.
All right.
So millions and millions of people out there can see us.
I see you.
Yeah. Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
I see you.
Call me. Oh, okay.
Boy. That is so wrong, yet somehow it's...
Somehow you find it entertaining, yes.
That's really messed up. Well.
All right. So,
All right.
anybody gonna share the live link, or should we just start the show? What's the deal?
Yeah, we can start, man. Yeah.
We can start.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, by the way, folks, if it sounds kind of weird in the background, that's because I have my AC running. It's a window unit. Usually I don't do that because I like things to be profesh, but there are times where you got to kind of bend the rules a little bit, so I hope that doesn't distract you guys. With that said, we're going to get this show on the road. So,
thank you all for joining us. Thank you. Thank you.
Apparently, Thunder's happy to be here. Yes, we are back, and we are ENT Hooligans. I am your boy, Baby Moy. That is Ness. She is Crystal. That's right, folks. This is the entertainment hub for who? For you, me, and for all. Remember, give us a thumbs up, hit that bell. That way you're always notified as to what we're doing. Basically, what I'm saying is subscribe. Follow us on social media, on the Facebook, on the Twitter. They're right there on the description below. I know you guys know how to do the damn thing. With that said, I'm going to pass the mic on to either Crystal or Ness, whoever wants to take the podium. What's up, guys?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Cyber Barbershop, y'all. It's open. It's open once again. Welcome.
That's
No
right.
haircuts.
Yeah.
Well, you know the description says.
That would be bad.
Grab a beer and stroke your beard.
Grab a beer and stroke your beard. That's right.
And speaking of stroking, this show, this podcast is brought to you by Bluetooth. That's right. Oh boy.
Now. Before we dive into all the pigskin action, I want to take this time out to acknowledge the ladies in the athletic realm. That's right, y'all. Congratulations to the Seattle Storm, WNBA champions. Congratulations, ladies. Congratulations. Yeah.
Oh, gee, the only one clapping here in the studio is the gentleman, myself. The lady over there is not clapping at all.
She don't care. Look at that. She don't care. Look at that.
Damn.
And also.
No.
Go ahead.
In all honesty, it's wonderful to see women and how empowering we can be, not just as working women, but also as athletic women. So that's really, really awesome. Congratulations,
and I also,
you guys.
I also like to congratulate Naomi Osaka for her monumental victory against one of, if not the GOATs
All right.
of women's tennis, Serena Williams. Congratulations, Naomi. Congratulations.
And independently of that so-called controversy, I just want to make note of this. Williams did get her butt whooped.
She did. So congratulations to Naomi.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to get into that.
We won't get into that one. I don't want to touch that
Enough
subject.
people have talked about that.
I have things to say in terms of that, but I think I'm going to do a solo video on that at some point.
Enough people have talked about that ad nauseum, but we want to focus on Naomi Osaka's victory.
Right.
Because
that's
ultimately what's important.
All I'm going to say is this. And maybe in me saying this, I've already given my opinion of the matter, but partially, Williams was very, very, very selfish. Because all people could do is concentrate on her as opposed to concentrating on what we should really be looking at, which is Osaka winning. Yes, in spite of what some of y'all want to say, she did win. Why? Because before all of this, she was whooping her butt badly.
She was winning. Yes.
That's all I gotta say.
I'm not going to get into the controversy because, as I said, enough people on here in the internet and mainstream media have talked about it ad nauseum.
Go listen to.
There is enough blame to go around.
You want to know my opinion? If you want a more elaborate in towards what my opinion is, listen to Stephen A. Smith.
There we go. But nonetheless, ladies, congratulations, Naomi Osaka. Congratulations to the Seattle Storm. Keep on shining, ladies. Keep on shining.
No doubt. Oh, and congratulations, man, to the WWE for their all-women's pay-per-view.
Nobody cares.
I got my thoughts. I got my thoughts on that later on the show, folks. Stay tuned.
All right.
I got a lot to say, and ladies, it's nothing personal towards y'all. It's more so the company and what their true motive is here. I'll get more into that later on the show.
Nah, you're a sexist.
With that said, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back, folks. So sit back. No, I'm playing. hey, I'm fired up today, man.
It's a good day. It's a good day to be alive, man.
It is. And it's actually cool here in my studio setting. I don't know about you guys and how your studio setting is currently feeling temperature-wise.
Well. It's nice.
Pretty comfortable.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Good to go. We're ready. We're ready to go.
That's good. That's good. So, we'll have... Listen, we're going to have fun on this podcast. I know a lot of sports shows tend to hit a little bit of a serious route sometimes, and we do too, but... Let's talk about what you guys want to know, and I think we should discuss what surprised us.
Where should we begin?
What surprised us during Week 1 of the NFL regular season?
2 words: Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oof. Look,
you want to talk about surprise?
Look, man.
What?
If there's anyone out there who placed a wager, if there's anyone out there who placed the bet that what happened this past weekend with that individual, if you made a bet and you won out, sir or ma'am, you are a millionaire.
Congratulations, you. Nobody saw that coming.
The rest of the world, the rest of the U.S. of A. is looking at you saying, "Man, you crazy.
You crazy.
Ain't no way Ain't no way he gonna play lights out." But if you had him on your fantasy league, if you played him this past weekend's DraftKings, if you have him on your NFL draft team, boy, made you a rich person.
Congrats to you, man.
I personally... Look, man, I know when it comes to these type of stats and these surprising performances, a lot of people like to jump. Of people like to jump the gun and say,
let's not overreact.
Let's
not overreact.
Hold on. A lot of people like to say, "Oh, this is just a one and done deal," and then a lot of people like to also say, "This is how he's going to play for the remainder of the season. He found the spark, this and that," like you just mentioned, overreaction. My stance is this.
Let's not overreact, folks.
My stance is this. Let's see what happens. And the reason I say that is because at any given moment, on any given Sunday, yes, there are football players who once upon a time were all the way at the bottom of the barrel. And all of a sudden, they find that spark.
Here's my stance.
You know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens.
Here's my stance on that. It's Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's up. He's down. He's up. He's down. This was even great by his own standards. Oh. He's exceeded his own expectations.
Bro, I'll tell you what happened on Sunday. I'll tell you what happened. You know what happened? You know what happened on Sunday? He won the Super Bowl.
This was his Super Bowl, yes.
That's what happened.
4 TD passes.
That's what happened. Oh, God, I sounded like Stephen A. Smith just now.
4 TD passes, 1 rushing, 500-plus yards. Was it 500 yards? 500 yards passing?
Yep. Oh, my God.
Against the Saints, I mean, that defense of the Saints...
Yeah, but with that said, if I told you
the Saints defense,
if I told you Fitzpatrick was going to stand toe to toe with Drew Brees, what would you have told me?
You crazy?
I'm crazy.
You crazy?
I'm crazy, and rightfully so.
And rightfully, yeah. And he did just that. He he put up amazing numbers. Drew Brees was Drew Brees, so that doesn't surprise anybody. He's always going to put up numbers.
Yeah, of course.
But for this guy to put up numbers, Fitzpatrick, what? Nope. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming. Woo!
Either he's on fire one week, like Nash just said. Either he's on fire one week, and then the next week he's skating on quicksand. Because you can't skate on quicksand, you just fall through it, right on down.
We pretty much know. We've seen Ryan Fitzpatrick long enough. You know what you're going to get from him. You know, but you don't know. If you get what I mean.
Exactly. That's why my stance is we'll see, because I don't have hope in him. I don't see promise in him. But at the same time, who am I to also diminish a character's career or a person's career in this instance? So, but with that said, we know what he's about. We know he's
pretty much
not consistent.
No.
So he gives us every right to be like, oh, we'll see, or oh, he'll be on and off. So.
Now, the second surprise is how awful the Buffalo Bills were. I mean, my God.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but...
What?
Okay, how
the hell was that?
How many yards that first half?
32 total yards of offense, 71 yards of penalties in the first half. In a 47-3 rout.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to Ryan Clark.
Jeez.
He's a Buffalo Bills fan.
What happened?
You know, if
listen, it's one thing to be rusty, but this is beyond. This is just terrible. This ain't even rusty. This is just like inept, woefully unprepared.
Bro, you know what? A non-skilled Madden player looks better than that.
Yikes.
Let's go.
Wow.
You know, to use a word here, they were beyond inept, beyond terrible. Putrid, beyond sour, beyond salty.
They were beyond.
Wow.
I don't even know what you would call that. Oh,
That's just
Let me
Wow.
let me just tell you guys how bad it was, and maybe this will hit home. So the next time, listen, the next time you quote unquote have bad sex with your partner, don't ever call it bad sex, because what happened with the Bills was a lot worse than bad sex. Okay, a lot worse.
should have taken Blue Chew. Should have taken Blue
a
Chew.
lot. Something.
Should have taken Blue Chew.
Blue Chew. Should have taken Blue Chew and that. What's that called? That monster drink.
Oh gosh,
Red Bull.
The Red Bull. Is that what it is? The energy one.
I don't know, bro.
Gives you lots of energy.
I don't know, bro. After the whooping them boys got
Wow.
on Sunday, I don't think.
Okay.
No, they're no Blue Chew, man. More like blue ball for life.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, no. Listen,
If you-
Not
hey,
even
listen,
not
if-
even the Browns, bro. Oh boy,
If you
we're
are,
gonna
if
get
you
to
are-
that.
If you are a Bills fan, let me send you my deepest sympathies. Okay. My deepest sympathies go out to you.
Here we go.
Now,
Some
here's
sympathy,
my
some
question.
sympathy music.
Here's
Oh no, wrong one.
Whoops.
whoops. You broke it.
Boy.
You broke it. So here's my question for
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know it's just week 2 of the season, but my question is, do you guys predict that the Buffalo Bills are going to play the same way all season long?
It can't get any worse.
Do you think that there is a slim chance or even a chance that they can get better?
No.
They're
Slim chance.
gonna be.
Slim chance. Yeah, they're gonna be a little bit better, but it's the
They
Bills,
can't get
man.
any worse. So yeah, they're going to be a little bit better, but not much. There's not much there. They're not going anywhere.
It's the Bills. It's the Bills.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10,
2.
a negative? Oh,
Scale of 1 to 10.
Two.
Yeah, two,
Yeah.
2 or 3. 2 or 3.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I got him.
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Pretty much.
all right.
We'll get to you, Browns. We'll get to you guys. Speaking of Super Bowl.
We're getting there.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
yeah.
speaking
Get
of
to the
Super Bowl.
Browns. Woo! Hey. The losing streak is over for the Browns. Give them a hand. Hold on. Give them a hand, y'all. Hold on.
All right, the Browns, ladies and gentlemen.
You know,
The losing
I,
streak is over?
Yes.
Mo and I have had this conversation off air.
Plenty.
How do these guys have a fan base? How? How do they still have a fan base?
And here I am sitting
So how
thinking it's
long
hard
was
to be
their
a cowboy.
losing streak?
They have won
I
one
don't know.
game in the last 2 years.
In the last 2 years.
Oh.
And you know what?
Wow.
And that one
What?
game was on Christmas.
What?
Yeah. Santa was
No.
generous.
Really?
Now Sunday they didn't beat Pittsburgh, but they did
but they might
tie Pittsburgh, which
Oh,
is
bro, but
close enough.
that's a moral W for them, bro. Think about it.
For them, that's a win. That's a win for them.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Steelers. Oh, the Steelers.
Too much drama, man. Too much drama.
If I'm a Steelers fan, I'd
Not
want to
good,
throw
not
up.
good.
Oh my gosh.
They should have won that game.
They had it. That's the thing. They
So
had
who
it.
are they? Who are they
blew
playing
it.
against?
Just said the Steelers.
They're playing the Browns.
Steelers
Oh,
and
okay.
the
Browns. Yeah.
If I'm you, Anthony Cruz, I'm feeling terrible.
Oh, we feel for you, Anthony Cruz. Shout out to Anthony Cruz. We feel for you, buddy. We feel for you.
I could care less. I'm NFC.
Ah, so he lied.
I ain't no damn AFC. Go kick rocks with that one. The Steelers, please. Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, obviously, you know there's a history here between my colleague fan, who's a Cowboys fan, and his friend Anthony Cruz, who is a Steeler fan. There's history there. There's history. Troy Aikman, Cordell Stewart. Yeah. You know the deal. Yeah.
Yes, I know the deal.
We know. We see y'all.
There's a reason they call them the Steelers. You know, they steal things. They rob you. That's right.
Well, this past Sunday they got robbed.
Well, serves them right.
No.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Steeler Nation, please don't get all overreactive over James Conner.
Oh,
all right,
boy.
You know you need Le'Veon.
Oh yeah. Oh
Stop
yeah.
playing.
When is he due for, bruh? Boy, I make it sound like he's pregnant, don't I?
Wait, they need water?
I don't know, yeah. No.
Oh
no.
Le'Veon.
When is he?
Okay.
When is he due, bro?
We're waiting. It's a waiting game now.
Is it a boy or a girl?
No.
We want it to be a surprise.
Oh. No. Seriously, I hope things do get better in terms of what you guys are going through as a team, as a locker room. Please, man, get it together. Mm-hmm. Get it together.
Get it together, guys. This is not a championship locker room right here.
Nah, you guys. No. And you know,
you got the talent, but you ain't got the chemistry.
And you know, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate when all of this leaks onto the outside in front of the cameras on the field. You could blatantly, and it's a painful image of what's going on in your locker room. Come on, man. You guys should be better than that.
Oh, absolutely. So should we talk about your Cowboys now?
Yeah, and let's leave Maybe. Mr. Rogers for last. We'll end it off on a good note.
Absolutely.
We'll end it off on a good note.
Go ahead.
My Dallas Cowboys, as I predicted.
As you predicted.
7 wins.
7 wins.
9 losses.
Oh.
9 losses.
Skip Bayless! I don't know what the hell Sean Lee was doing out there. They had him zigzagging. They had him dancing the polka. They had him dancing the foxtrot. They had him dancing mariachi.
Wow.
He was fumbling and bumbling and stumbling and rumbling. But he wasn't making the opposition fumbling. They had him tap dancing, you know? Tap dancing.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
Carolina Panthers is who they were facing, by the way, for those who may not have seen it. Yeah.
And offense, did I not tell you? Have I not told you? That's what scares me the most. And look, I ain't even going to sit here and say lack of Dez. I mean, where's Dez?
That's right.
Where's Dez been for the last 2-3 years? Where's he been? He ain't there no more. Like definitely he ain't there no more. But Jay Witt. Jay Witt
is the heart and soul of that team. Yeah,
and the inability, because I don't know what the hell happened on Sunday, but they couldn't feed Zeke, and whenever they would, stuffed.
Stuffed. Tell him again. Stuffed.
Hit a brick wall. Plenty of brick walls. Woo. He had a few good plays. But for the most part, 1 yard, 2 yards, nothing.
3 yards.
Back.
Back.
And speaking of back. Dak. Dak Prescott.
You don't believe in Dak? You don't believe in Dak?
These dink and dunk passes, bruh, they ain't gonna do the job. Learn.
Here was the problem.
Learn from a quarterback. From a quarterback who.
Here's the problem.
Who knows how to assess and say, you know what? I'm gonna chance it and throw it out there. Listen, and watching this on Sunday.
Here's the problem, though.
Go
Here's the
ahead.
thing. Here's the thing, though. The problem with Dak wasn't so much the dinking and dunking. It was the fact that he was he wasn't getting the ball out quick enough. Too many 5 and 7 step drops.
But let me tell you something.
That's not his game.
I made a point on Sunday of which I never thought I would, and I said,
Go ahead.
At least with Romo, oh God,
Woo.
at least he would have kept us in the game. At the end of it all,
My quarterback.
you knew.
My team.
At the
my
end,
quarterback.
will you hush? At the end of it all, like, will you shut up? At the end of it all, you know one of two things was going to happen. He was going to be successful and give you the biggest W in the world, or he was going to drop it and pierce you right through your heart. Oh, God.
My quarterback.
Will you stop? This is emotional for me. This is my Cowboys, man. It's my team.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah. Either one of
Emotional
them.
roller coaster.
But he kept you in the game.
I've always said Romo was overly scrutinized. Most of the time in Dallas, he carried that team.
And that was a main problem.
He put up numbers.
So is that
But
why
he had
people
no
say
help.
he was bad?
Yes.
Like,
high risk, high reward.
And also people put so much pressure on a quarterback since he's the center of that team. You know what I'm saying? Without the QB, they ain't no team really.
Especially the quarterback of America's team.
Right.
He wasn't just any. He was the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboy, quote unquote, America's team.
So a QB is somebody who essentially carries the entire football team. It's what it seems like.
No, yes and
in
no.
In most franchises, yes and no, yeah.
Okay.
But because
most of
he's
his
the
time
center
there,
of it
he carried
all,
that team.
all eyes and all attention will be on the QB.
Yeah, he's going to get all of the blame or all of the credit.
Hey, the kicker gets the blame or credit sometimes too.
Yeah, hardly ever.
Which brings me up to this point.
Speaking of kickers, yeah.
Why the hell did you get rid of Dan Bailey?
Well,
why the hell did you break
something there?
A Bailey.
Jeez.
I don't understand it. They got?
And who was his replacement? What's his name again? What's his name?
I forgot his
Maher?
damn Maher. Yeah.
Brad Maher.
Yeah. Oh.
Let me guess. It's somebody you guys have never heard of before.
Pretty much.
They picked him up from Canada. I kid you not.
Who knows?
I did not know there was football in Canada.
They picked him up from the CFL. And boy, he is so bad, they should send him back to Canada.
Get out of here.
And basically.
Yeah.
But no, the Cowboys have no offense. Their defense helps the team. They're not a spectacular defense. But they're not bad either. They bend, but they don't break. They're efficient. They don't break. They do.
They're a scrappy bunch.
They do what they have to do. They play.
Your defense is a scrappy bunch. They're not. They're not the best collectively, but they're scrappy.
They get the job done.
They keep now. Yeah, it's kind of ironic now. The tables have kind of turned. They keep you in the game.
Yeah, for what that's worth.
Or they try to anyway. Yeah.
This Sunday, if you want my prediction, guys.
Division game, bro.
I thought
divisional game this Sunday night, prime time, in Jerry World. Dallas Cowboys hosting the New York Football Giants.
17-10 Giants.
17-10.
Oh.
Whoa. Oh.
Wow.
Look at that.
The reason for that...
I was going to say something. I lost my train of thought.
The reason for that, if the Giants figure out how to use all the men that they have, if they figure out how to play their parts, if they weren't so afraid to use their RB, they're winning 17-10. If not, they're still winning. They're still winning 10-3.
Well.
Just saying.
Well, I see you have no faith at all in your team.
And
you have no faith at all. None.
No, I
what
don't.
kind of a fan are you? You're supposed to be a fan. What are you? You're a traitor. Yeah.
I
you're
can see it already.
Yeah.
I can see it already. I know.
I thought you were supposed to stick with them through thick and thin. I mean, isn't that what a fan is?
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen. It's one thing for me to fool myself and sit here and pretend, oh yeah, they're going to have a dandy season. I can't do that to myself. I'd rather face the truth because it hurts just a little bit less that way.
Yeah,
I
very
see.
True.
And you know what? I'd rather
understand.
go into it accepting the fact that I might get hurt and maybe
Then pretending that you won't.
pleasantly be surprised.
Being surprised. Yeah.
Because anything can happen. If the Cowboys do win and if they end up having a spectacular season, I'm with them. If they end up having the type of season that I'm predicting they will, I'm with them. But at the moment, I'm just being real. But I'm still with them. I'm still rooting for them. And that's all I can do.
And can somebody please tell Twitter fingers to shut up?
Oh my god. Yo, listen, Dez. Just leave.
Just stop, Dez.
Please.
You're
irrelevant.
Yourself,
You're irrelevant. You're just looking for people to talk about you. And that's all the time I'm going to give you on this podcast. Moving on to the next subject.
Woo! Nice. Now, obviously, week 1 started last Thursday with the raising of our banner. Then from there we had a very ugly, sloppy game.
Keep it up.
Now, remember earlier, folks, we talked about the Buffalo Bills' rust being so bad. What we saw last week with my Eagles taking on Atlanta was rust. That was a sloppily played game. It was ugly. It was sloppy. It was rust. That is rust. What we saw in Buffalo in Sunday was just bad. Terrible.
Oh, that's rust because at the end of it all, the Eagles still managed to pull off the W.
Yeah, and an ugly, sloppy, rusty game.
They did not look anywhere near how they looked last year. But again, it's week 1. They're going to dust that off, and I say they're going to play much better this week.
It's week 1. That was week 1, and most of those starters didn't play too much in the preseason. So what we saw there was rust.
Correct.
It was an ugly game.
But you take the W.
It was an ugly game.
But you take the W.
Very ugly. Yeah. But a W nonetheless.
But hopefully for your team, they get it together, and they will. They will.
But
11 and 5. 11 and 5. 11 and 5.
What I will say this, just as I said all of last season, our defense, once again, doing what they did last year.
11 and 5.
The biggest takeaway from this game, our defense. Doing it again. Quarterback hunters. Especially now with the additions of Haloti Nada and Michael Bennett to go alongside Chris Long, Tim Jernigan, and those boys. Oh yeah.
I say,
As my colleague said here, you know, we're going to shake off the dust,
of course.
cobwebs, and only get better from here.
Of course. Because that's what the good teams do. That's what the great teams do. That's what
That's
championship teams
Yes.
do.
Yes, exactly.
11-5.
11-5.
11-5.
Maybe 12-4.
I'll give you that too.
Maybe 12-4. Yeah.
Yep. I'm with you. See, guys, Cowboys and Eagles could get along.
That's right. That's right, man.
You know, we're blessed. We're very, very blessed.
We are. We are. Yes.
And we're blessed to see QBs like Drew Brees and Tom Brady and Pate,
Wait a minute. Before we go there,
Brett Favre.
let's talk about what we saw Monday night.
Oh, let's go there.
We'll save the best for last. But before we go to the best of the best, let's go to Monday night.
Let's go.
Monday night. Mo and I both looked at the Monday night schedule and said,
Yeah, we said.
"Yeah, this ain't gonna be much." And my God, were we surprised? Were we pleasantly surprised by what we saw Monday night between Detroit and the Jets?
Oh boy.
The craziness of how that game turned out. Wow. Wow.
Question is, could they keep their foot on that pedal?
We shall see.
That's another one of those where I'll reserve judgment for later.
Another one of those.
And I say, we'll see what happens. However,
We'll see what happens with that.
I'm not going to take away what happened on
That was a
Monday.
hell of a game. No. Those boys came to play.
Not taking that away.
Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to the Lions. I don't know. Somebody forgot to tell them that there was a game.
At least it looked that way half number 2.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
'Cause half number 1,
Oh, yeah.
they was in there.
Yeah.
But the second half came on rolling. Yo,
2 minutes in. Well, before that, 2 minutes in, 2.5 minutes in, it was
about
tied
to
at 17.
I was about to say. And then 3 to 5 minutes pass, you look at the scoreboard, you're like, what? What?
Mm-hmm.
What happened here? Next thing you know,
Next
the
thing
Jets
we
got
know,
the
the
lead, and they
Jets-
got the lead by a lot.
Next thing we know, the Jets have scored in every way possible.
Pick
Wow.
6, regular
Pick six,
passing
punt return,
touchdown, punt return,
passing, rushing.
Exactly.
They scored in every way possible and ran away with it.
I could have sworn I was watching a game of Madden.
And I'm sitting here
Wow.
like, what? We're not seeing this right now, right?
And I kept saying, this ain't the Jets team
We're
I
not seeing
remember
this.
from once upon a time.
No. That was a shocker.
It really
Then
was.
we had another massacre that followed.
Oh, Gruden. I'll tell you what, man.
Oh, I'll tell you what, man. Spider 2 wide banana should have stayed in the booth.
Yep. Thank you. His system for this day and age, bro. Look. You had your time. You had your moment. Accept it for what it is. Go back to the booth. Do what you do best,
new day,
and what you do best nowadays is what work you did
analyze.
in that booth.
Yeah.
One can
right
look at a
now-
game and you could say, oh, he should have run that route, or he should have done this pass, or he should have screened, or whatever. But it's one thing to say, it's another to execute.
Not only that, even the crap that happened from the offseason leading up to Monday's game.
Yeah, talk about that, bro.
Whoa. You don't even
The
reach
question-
out to your best player.
The question is,
and
why
then you
would
trade him away.
Yes, exactly. Why would you?
And then after Monday's game, you go up there and say, we needed a pass rush.
Tell them who that player is, bro.
Really? You trade away Khalil Mack, your best
Unbelievable
player,
Why would you?
and then say, "Oh, we needed a pass rush." Really? Well, no kidding.
That to me made no sense. No sense
That team
at
is
all.
going nowhere. That team
No.
is going nowhere.
No.
Hot mess.
In their case, I really can't sit here and say we'll see, because
No.
there are certain
no.
cases
We've seen
where
enough
you
already.
can say, you know what, they're headed for doom and gloom.
Just from the off-season workings and leading up to now, yeah, you could kind of see the writing on the wall.
The Bills, doom and gloom.
Oh, doom and
The
gloom.
Raiders,
The Raiders.
doom and gloom.
Doom and gloom.
The Cowboys, doom and gloom. The Giants, doom and gloom. They've been doom and
The
gloom
Steelers.
for the last couple of years.
Teetering on the edge of doom and gloom.
Stop it!
The Steelers, more
Quit
doom and
that.
gloom.
Quit! Stop it!
More clouds running down your
Wait,
window.
Will you stop it, sir?
What's wrong? What happened? Why are you telling me to stop?
Because it's annoying. Quit. Otherwise, you're gonna have me talking like that because it's catchy.
Talking now.
This particular segment
Like right
is brought to
now.
you by
Okay.
This particular segment is brought to you by Tommy John underwear. There, I wear them. My wife wears them.
That's as far as you better take it, or I'll knock you out.
Oh.
My colleague here wears them.
You son of a... You freaking...
Guy.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out! I command you to leave your studio setting. Look at that. It's not even my studio setting. I'm telling him to leave his studio setting. His own little place. Like, who the hell am I to tell him to leave his own studio setting? Who does that? I do. Why? Because I can. Go listen to this past Tuesday's podcast, by the way. We touch upon the subject because I can.
Because I said
because I said so.
Because I said so.
Because
Same
I
difference.
said so.
Same difference.
Check that out, y'all. Check that
Because
out.
I can,
it is-
because
it's
I said so.
Check it out.
Check that out, please, guys. Very interesting
Yes.
podcast.
It was
By
a
the way,
very interesting
Yeah.
podcast.
by the way, we got a lineup of awesome content coming for y'all. So stay
Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes.
it's gonna be
Stay
great.
tuned for that. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
We on
Yes.
Absolutely.
fire. Speaking of being on fire, though,
Yes.
hooda 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 hoo, hooda 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 hoo, hooda 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 hoo, hooda 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 hoo. Number 12, ladies and
Now.
gentlemen.
Number 12. The other number 12. There's two number 12s. You already know who they are. What? The major attraction. Sunday night's featured matchup. Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. This was another game that Mo and I looked at and went,
Really? This is
that's
prime
the-
time?
That's the prime time game?
It couldn't be the
Oh,
Cowboys
why?
and
Couldn't, yeah.
no.
Panthers.
Couldn't it be the Cowboys
or
and
the
Panthers?
Patriots and the Texans?
Yep. No, instead.
No. They
But
give
oh
us
boy, the
Bears
story
and
that
Packers.
unfolded. Bears
Again,
They
another
came out
pleasant
there.
shocker.
looking promising. Taking names. Steamrolling the offensive line of the Green Bay Packers.
Khalil Mack, by the way, speaking of which, Khalil
I
Mack
know.
dominated on his Bears debut.
He dominated.
1 sack, 1 forced
Will you
fumble,
stop
and a
that?
pick six. Yeah.
Really good out there, but then again, what else could you expect from him? But needless to say,
Exactly.
Quarter number 2 came along. Aaron Rodgers is still stuck in traffic. Doesn't know what to do against this team.
Nope.
Next thing you know, his knee. Oh my, his knee. To the point where he had to get carted off. Carted out.
Was carted off the field. Keep that in mind, folks. Keep that in mind. He was carted off the field.
Think about it. Dead.
He didn't leave under his own power. He was carted off the field.
What does that mean, bro?
Keep that in mind.
What does that mean? Explain.
You're thinking, oh crap, he's done for the day. He's not going to come back. He's done for the day. He's done.
So second half first half comes and goes. 15 minutes of break. We're over here thinking, oh man, this team's done.
Oh boy.
Gonna call it an early night. Gonna go to sleep. Gonna go take that blue chew, do what I do best, and go to sleep.
There you go.
Next thing you know,
back. Guess who's back?
We see this guy marching on down the field. He's gonna play. He's gonna play. Oh my God!
At this point, we're thinking, wait, no, he's gonna play. He's gonna play, and then followed by,
Because when we saw him out there, and we saw he had that step, he was feeling nice. He was connecting on a lot of his passes. They started moving that ball down the field. The Packers started looking like the Packers again. Aaron Rodgers started looking like Aaron Rodgers again. Next thing you know, they're on the scoreboard. Granted, 3 points, but they're on the scoreboard. And we all know with teams that have superlative quarterbacks, like an Aaron Rodgers, a Tom Brady, like a Drew Brees,
like a Peyton Manning.
What are they capable of doing? Winning.
Bringing you back.
Winning.
That's what they do.
Winning. Winning how? In every scenario possible.
Now, mind you, they were down 20-0 when Rodgers came back. 20.
Oh my gosh.
20-3.
20-0.
20-3 at this point. Before you know
20-3 at this point.
20-3?
Before you know it. Touchdown. I'm sitting here going, this isn't happening. This really isn't happening right now. And emotionally, I went from this ain't happening to no, there's no way they're going to win.
Wow.
I mean, this is spectacular. Even if they lose, it's still kind of spectacular. It would suck because, damn, you come back, you're injured, you're playing, and did all that work and only to lose.
Yeah.
But part of me is thinking, but we're not going to get the Cinderella story. We're not. It's not going to be the feel-good moment I'm looking for. Oh, my God. Was I wrong or was I wrong?
Yes. 23-17.
23-17.
23-17.
Packers down.
Here we go.
Packers have the ball. Oh, boy. What's going to happen here? You know what Aaron Rodgers does? Aaron Rodgers does what he does best.
What does he do? What did he do?
He shoots it to the moon to get them to the 20!
It's a routine pass for him, by the way.
Shoots it to the moon to get them to the 20-some-yard line. Red zone. I'm still thinking, they're going to get stuffed. They're going to hold them up to 3. Wrong again. Gets that touchdown pass. Which at this point, the game is tied. All they need is the PAT.
Extra point. PAT. The PAT.
And they get it. They get it. With a minute some to go in the game. Bears get the ball back. It's looking like a 3 and out. They go for it on 4th down. Looks like an incomplete pass, but they call it interference! They advance the ball to the 40-some yard line.
Oh,
At this point, if you're a Packer, you're sitting on the edge of your seat. You're praying.
oh yeah.
You're praying
Oh, yeah.
to the football gods, deliver me from this. Let us win, God, please. You're sweating. You're pacing. You're rubbing your palms together like this.
Yeah, yeah.
You're getting up
Palms are
every
sweaty.
couple of
Knees
seconds.
weak. Arms are heavy.
You know?
Yeah.
You go to your bathroom, and if you don't feel like going to the toilet, you use your piss bucket. I know that sounds gross, but you use your piss bucket. Because you don't want to miss
Or
the
you
game.
wait for commercial. One or the
Yes.
other. You wait for commercial.
Yes.
Yeah.
One or the other. First pass. Incomplete! Second pass.
Before you go any further, Crystal, this is how intense these divisional games can get.
I see this.
Second
Oh, yeah.
pass.
Okay, I'm getting nervous now, and I didn't even I'm getting nervous now just by the way he's telling it. I'm like, okay, go. I wanna know what
This was a divisional matchup.
Oh my
this is
God.
this is how intense these divisional games
So-
get. More so than
so-
any other game. These divisional
so-
games, very,
Okay.
very, very high stakes, high intensity.
Okay, so before you go on, I just have one quick question,
Yeah.
and my question, and I'm going to try to get it out as fast as I can. Okay, so here it is.
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
the divisional games, they're the ones that count, right?
No, they all count.
They all count,
Okay,
but
But
the
divisional games hold more
count
points
more.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
okay, got it.
They count more so.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Second pass.
Second pass, second down, second and 10. Here we go.
Incomplete!
Trubisky drops back to pass. Incomplete. It's now 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10. Tick, 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 tick,
Third
tick,
and 10.
tick, 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 tick. 40 seconds
Clock is
left.
ticking.
Tosses that baby up.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Runs back. Left side. The other side. Doesn't know where to throw it. Tosses it up there.
Tick, 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 tick.
Goes
tick,
for
tick,
Miles.
tick.
Ball is up and
Tick, tick,
incomplete
tick,
pass.
Oh!
Do or die. 4th and 10.
This is it. This is the
Quarterback
game
under
right
center.
here. Under center. Trubisky. What's he going to do?
Looks.
What's going to happen? Uh-huh.
Drops back. In the pocket. No one could touch him.
In the pocket.
Looks. Keeps looking.
Yeah.
Throws it up.
He's looking.
Up.
He throws it up.
Defender in the way. And incomplete pass! And what does that mean? All
That
Aaron
means-
Rodgers has to do is take a knee and not get sued.
He should be fined. He should be fined. That's right.
I don't do that.
That's right. I'm gonna burn my I'm gonna burn my Rodgers jersey now because he took a knee.
There you go.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to take- yeah.
Burn it! Burn it! Burn it! Burn it!
Burn, baby, burn. So the pass is incomplete, which means the comeback is complete. And let's go through the numbers here. These are the numbers Rodgers put up in just one half. 3 touchdown passes, 277 yards total passing.
In
Oh
one
my god.
half.
In one
What?
half. One
Nearly
half.
300 yards of passing.
Jeez.
They
3
interview the
TDs, 277 yards.
the guy
Uh-huh.
and they asked him, you know,
Can we find that soundbite?
let me see if I could find the. It might be a little hard for
We're
me
gonna find that soundbite.
Okay, but keep them entertained while I search.
So yeah, this was the comeback to cap off
Wow.
what was an action-packed first football Sunday. Right here. Rodgers, when it looked like he
Wow.
was not going to come back, because mind you, he was carted off the field.
Right.
He was carted off the field, which usually means you're not coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You're done for the day. He came back
Wow.
big time. And we found out today that he has a sprained knee, so he's getting that rehab. He has a mild sprain. Well, he has a sprained knee. We're not sure to what degree, but it's sprained.
So what does that mean?
He's questionable for Sunday. We don't know if he's going to play. He may or may not. We don't know yet.
I say he is.
We'll have to wait and see.
I say he
wouldn't
is.
surprise me. One way or the other, it wouldn't surprise me.
How long does it take?
Because this is another divisional game. What?
How long does it take for you to recover from that?
Depends on how severe it is. Yeah, depends.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow.
Depends. Yeah, it depends. But what a way to cap off that football Sunday, week 1, first football Sunday of the year. Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
Gosh.
We had incredible performances. We had incredible disappointing performances. And we had an incredible comeback to cap it off.
No, I don't like TV recordings.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We're going to keep looking, folks. Don't worry. Yeah, I hate those two, by the way, yeah.
Yeah, they sound horrible.
Yeah, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, just for him.
Oh, it was a great day.
Come back.
Here we go.
Trailing 20-0 when you come back. You've played in some big games, Aaron. How do you put this one into words?
Well, it's hard to. It is, but it's the Bear-Packer rivalry. So it would have had to take something really catastrophic injury-wise to keep me off the field in the second half. You know, I went in the locker room, did all the tests, and then I was in our indoor facility trying to get it loosened up. But I knew once I got back on the field and adrenaline started going, I'd be able to hang in there.
What was the injury?
Yep.
My knee. I just felt something in it. Was having a hard time putting weight on it. Doc and I had a conversation there. You know, we did the test. I told him I was going back.
You come back on the
just
field,
like that. Yeah.
It's 20-0. There was a look in your eye. What were you thinking?
Something special. You know, I told the guys at halftime, I said, if you shut them out, we're going to win. They gave up 6, but I just had a feeling we could spark it and get things going if we just put together a couple drives, disappointed, with the field goal. And then guys started making plays. That's what we said in the huddle. We got to make some plays. Gmo had a great catch. And then Randall, ran about 80 yards for a touchdown. It was pretty special.
How confident are you that you're going to be ready for next week against the Vikings?
Well, I'm playing next week.
Congratulations.
There you have it.
Now, what he said at the beginning of that points back to what I said earlier about how intense these divisional matchups are. It's just the extra oomph that you get for these particular 6 games on your schedule because you get sick to these.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you play all 3 teams on in your conference in your division.
In your division.
You played them. You played them twice.
You played them twice.
One away and one at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this Sunday coming
up, they're playing at home. The Packers.
This Sunday coming up, they play the Vikings, another division rivalry.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens there. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, this is going to be good. Woo!
I believe that's America's Game of the Week.
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. That's going to be good. That's going to be good. But tonight, folks, we got the Ravens.
Tonight we start off with a divisional match.
We got the Ravens.
The Ravens taking on the Bengals. AFC North.
Yeah.
Matchup.
Keep saying NFC for some reason.
No, yeah.
Been making that mistake since before
we're loaded.
On here.
We're loaded.
We are.
Yeah,
we're loaded. We're loaded like potatoes.
Shout out to Omaha Steaks for their fully loaded baked potatoes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
You guys go pick those up when you guys get a chance.
You know what else is good? Speaking of
That's
potatoes, potatoes a la
Huskers.
coton. That's what's good.
Yes.
Potatoes
those are very, very.
A la coton. That's right.
Those are actually very, very good.
Really?
Pick those up too. Yes.
That's
Shout
potatoes.
out to Omaha Steaks.
That's
A la
A.
Graton.
La, L-A, Graton. That's letter ton.
However you spell that. I don't know. Phlegm, probably. Phlegm.
Tongue.
O-N. Yeah, tongue. Phlegm and tongue. O-N-T-O-N.
Tongue.
O-N-T-O-N.
Graton.
Yeah.
That's right.
Tongue.
That's right.
Shout out to Omaha Steaks for that.
Yeah. Good,
And
good,
their
good.
little caramel apple tartlets, which are awesome, by the way.
Oh, those are beautiful. Shout out to
they're
John
so good.
Follis.
Caramelo.
What's up, John? How you doing, bud?
Caramelo, 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 kilo. Oh, yeah.
Hey, what's up, John? What's up, man?
What's up, John?
So,
Also shout out to T-Rev, Tony Rebel.
that's right.
Thank you for the support, brother. We
That's
see
right. Go
We see you.
Steelers.
You. Yep. Oh.
You know, I text him to congratulate him on tying against the Browns, and he says F you to me.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not nice,
Try to
young man.
congratulate a guy for tying a team that they should have won.
That's not nice, young man.
I mean, come on. It's not my fault y'all couldn't beat the doo-doo Browns.
I'm done. That is going to be the soundbite of the week.
You know, no lie. This has got to be by far the funnest episode of Sports Vista I've ever done.
Yes.
There's more. There's more where that came from. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We just getting started. Yeah.
So this past weekend we had MMA action via la UFC.
UFC 228.
And I would be lying if I said that I know all the details fully, so I will pass this mic on to Ness, who could give you more of a rundown than what I can. But I'll know what he's talking about. I'm not out of the loop per se, but go ahead. Fill me in. Fill them in.
Okay, so UFC 228 was this past Saturday, as everybody knows. Didn't really get much promotion until the week before, because they were promoting the other spectacle, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, bro, you know how much that's being promoted? I don't mean to cut you off here. That's being promoted so much so that last night, as I was browsing the YouTube, I clicked on a video that had nothing to do with the UFC. And guess what ad I happened to get?
The UFC ad, right?
The UFC
the
ad?
UFC 229.
Featuring that guy and the other, and the Eagle.
Yes.
Yeah!
Yes. I'm saying...
You know, I've been getting emails from them about 229 for like the past 2 weeks.
Really?
3 weeks.
They've been promoting, they've been promoting that for the past month.
But let's go.
But
let's go.
nonetheless,
UFC 228, which took place this past Saturday on pay-per-view.
That's right. The featured bout for that was a welterweight title fight between Tyron Woodley, the champion, Tyron Woodley, and the new up-and-coming prospect, Derek Till.
Yep.
And
prospect,
obviously,
he was a prospect until
until that's right. Now, obviously, you guys who've been listening with us from the beginning, you guys have heard us be critical of Tyron Woodley because of his lackluster performances, because we know what he's capable of doing, and he displayed it on Saturday with his all-around dominating performance of Darren Till, who he would eventually finish by submission.
Yeah.
And as we came to find out, he did suffer a shoulder injury against Damian Maia.
Soldier boy,
which, by the way, makes it... Hey!
You! Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Shoulder lean, shoulder
Oh, will you shut up with that one?
Dun,
I hate that damn song. I hate it. I do. Long story, folks. Long story.
So props to T Wood, man. He did exactly what we knew he could do. And
like
even bigger props to him for even being able to defend Maya's takedowns with a bum shoulder, because he got injured like in the, I think it was in the second round. Yeah, second round.
So basically, he looked like an absolute champ, as he's always looked before he started getting lackluster.
Yes, correct.
That's good, man. That's good. See,
yeah,
you like seeing stories like that. You love it when athletes rebound. When you know, listen, I know you're capable of, but why? Why are you doing that? And all of a sudden, it's like that switch goes off. Like, you know what? This is who I was. This is who I am. Damn it.
Yeah.
It's a good story.
So good for him, man. Good for him. Absolutely. Good for him.
MMA.
Yeah, man. They are a mess.
They're a company that has set some goals and pretty much have looked at these goals as them already being set in stone. Planning too far ahead, promoting a card of which no fights, at least to my knowledge, have been announced. I'm talking about the MSG card in November, which I believe I know last podcast I said the 4th, but I stand corrected. It's on the 3rd, if I'm correct this time. I believe it's the 3rd.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Is it the 3rd?
But there was one fight announced for that. I don't remember offhand what it was, though.
Yeah, it's the 3rd. It's on the 3rd.
Yeah.
It's on the 3rd of November on Saturday. Oh, there is one bout announced for that?
Yeah. There was one bout announced for that. I don't remember offhand what it was.
They keep saying it's this stacked card with super duper spectacular stupendous fights. I just used a whole bunch of Barney references.
Yeah, because that's how they're promoting it. Oh, it's a stacked card, action-packed card at Madison Square Garden.
Super
Buy your tickets now. Buy them now.
Duper. Oh.
Very good.
Yeah.
As long as we don't know. Bring Baby Bop into the picture.
Oh gosh.
Oh
gosh, please.
Couldn't stand her.
Stupendous. Oh. I've been looking in my Barney bag, and I found a lot of things.
Did you find some UFC tickets, Barney?
You know, and he'll do this number too during the song. He'll be like, yeah.
Oh yeah, he always does that.
Yep.
So Barney, did you find UFC tickets in your Barney bag?
Super duper.
I guess he did find UFC tickets in his Barney bag. I don't
know. All of them.
All of them.
Yeah, that's one show that's not all in.
Woo!
Hey! All in! All in! All in! All in! Oh, sorry. You said all in.
All in.
Yes, all in. All in.
All in.
So,
all in.
Anything else in terms of UFC or MMA? I mean,
no.
It's been a slow week in terms of MMA.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very slow week this week. So,
yep.
You guys wanna find out any more MMA news? Go to Fightful.com, and there's different sections there. There's a wrestling section, there's an MMA section, there's a boxing section. Those guys cover it all. And soon there's also going to be other sports added to Fightful. I'm not sure what they're going to call it though, since they don't fall under fighting or combat sports, but I'm sure they'll figure it out. So if you want to another outlet in terms of reading people's opinions in terms of other sports regarding the NBA, the NFL, MLB, if you're into baseball, if you're into other sports, they'll cover it all. So, but for now, for your fight needs, visit Fightful.com. With that said, I just want to remind you guys that this particular episode of Sports Vista is brought to you by Blue Chew. Thank you. Thank you. You gotta love that name, Blue Chew. It just rolls right off the tongue, Blue Chew.
There's only one thing though. It's brought to you by half a tab of Blue Chew because this podcast is not going to go on all night long.
I see.
Well, it could if you keep refreshing the page.
Well, that's true. Yeah,
that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. See,
come again. Rewind. Selector.
That's right. That's right.
6 million ways to Blue Chew. Choose one.
Yeah. Here we go. There we have it, y'all. There we have it.
The double E.
Double E.
What,
yes.
I said I was going to talk about this all women's pay-per-view, which takes place October 28th. That of which I will be watching football.
Hey, that's right.
Anyway, it's an all women's pay-per-view. But before that, I just want to emphasize this. Before that, they have the Super Show in Australia. Before that, they have Hell in a Cell, which is this week. So that's 3 pay-per-views already. After that after the all women's pay-per-view, a week after they have that extravaganza in Saudi Arabia. And 2-3 weeks after that is Survivor Series.
So this all women's pay-per-view, is this the first time they're doing that, or?
This is the first time WWE is doing that. There have been all women pay-per-views before. There was one wrestling organization back in the day. I forgot the name of it, but it did feature all women. But obviously WWE is going to take pride and mark themselves the first in doing, because that's what they do. They like to think that they're the first at everything, when in actuality, in most cases, they're not.
Right.
But I will proceed. In my opinion, WWE, when it comes to this women's revolution, when it comes to quote-unquote women's rights and equality.
Oh, here we go.
WWE is doing it just because it's a good look in public.
Same thing with their anti-bullying campaign.
Here's the problem with that. If your women mattered so much as you claim they do, then why are your women not valued as they would be on an NXT platform?
Thank you.
Why are your women showcased in 10-15 minute long matches of nothing but rest holds?
Oh boy.
I look at
Good
NXT.
gracious, man.
I look at NXT, them women go from bell to bell. I look at the knockouts on Impact, them women go from bell to bell. I look at the Women of Honor from Ring of Honor, they go from bell to bell. I look at women in the main roster, and they're busy taking selfies, shooting promos from their telephones, worried about Total Divas, worried about the Bella Twins. And
double
some of
the
it
pleasure,
and
double
some of
the
it
fun. Hey.
Some of it I can't even point my fingers at the women and blame them, because they're only doing their job. But unfortunately their job calls for them, for some of them, to be in a very precarious and uncomfortable position. And that's not right.
No.
If you're gonna, if you're going to spew all this air about first ever women's pay-per-view, women's revolution, women's evolution, women's whatever the hell you want to call it, then stop singing the tune and do the dance.
It's like you said. I'm just simply paraphrasing here. It's pretty much all smoke and mirrors.
It is. That's all it is. And that's really sad. Because they keep going on about how women, you know, people like Mae Young and you know, Lita, they're the ones who opened the door to women's wrestling. But why are you... And I understand they have a job to do, and I understand that their promos are scripted. I get that. But why can't somebody really stand up and say, hey, this isn't right?
They should be featured under a different light. They should be able to wrestle. It's the same case I make for the gentleman.
Right.
But because we're talking about women... it's a bit more of a delicate situation for some. Okay. And in an area in a field that's predominantly and very dominated by male figures, women feel that they need to work twice as hard so that people could look at them and recognize them.
Of course.
Okay, but let's look at the women in this roster. You got Ember Moon, who's beautiful in terms of her in-ring ability and what she's a natural. You know, you have Sasha Banks, you have Bayley, two women who took women's wrestling to a whole different level when they were in NXT. I mean, for crying out loud, they main evented TakeOver.
Yeah.
They were in an Iron Women match. And it was beautiful.
It was.
You have Ronda Rousey.
Wait a minute, they had an Iron Woman match?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Wow, that is incredible. That is incredible.
Ronda Rousey.
Them, that's yeah.
Ronda
Rousey's
Rousey.
another one, yeah. Yeah.
Becky Lynch. I'm giving you all these people who are very credible in the ring. Asuka.
Asuka, yep.
Very credible. Natalya. Charlotte Flair. All good wrestlers. Look at that roster. We look at... And then we look at what they do over in NXT. Like I just mentioned, Sasha and Bayley. Now, when NXT has women's matches, their motive and where they direct the story is always the championship or a championship opportunity. Or two women fighting for number one contendership.
That's how it should be. That's exactly the way it should be.
Very seldomly on NXT will you hear announcers or will you have people backstage feeding them the lines, say first ever. You go to the main roster, first ever ladder match between this woman and this woman, first ever Hell in a Cell match, first ever cage match, first ever this, first ever that, first ever. First ever everything. To the point where it starts looking like,
boy,
you look like you're patronizing at this point.
Oh, how cute. First ever ladder match. Oh, how cute. There. Here you go.
Seriously, that's what it feels like.
Bro, and they repeat it.
And they repeat it over and over and over again.
Single
don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. Oh,
jeez.
Which by the way, main evented.
That was badly botched.
Yes. Nothing against Ronda Rousey, but that's not where you place her.
They should have let Asuka take the win.
If anything, if the Royal Rumble, if you were set on having the first ever Women's Royal Rumble as the main event, if anything, you should have had Ronda Rousey open up the show. what better way to get a show started in hot fashion than to have her debut?
Right.
Everybody would have been buzzing. Everybody would have been pumped up to watch the rest of that show.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, you have Asuka win the first ever, which is a line you fed to us for months and months and months.
For how long?
Only to crap all over it. By crapping over the first ever Women Royal Rumble winner. So much for first ever.
And they don't even mention that whenever she comes out.
So much for first ever.
Why am I not surprised?
They don't even mention it.
So no, this women's first ever women's this. Don't buy into it, guys.
No.
It's false. Very false. All right. It makes dentures seem real.
Wow.
That's how false this is.
Well said, man. Well said.
It makes Jessica Simpson look real.
Ooh,
makes
man.
every Playboy model look real.
Yeah. Hey man, how you gonna diss Romo's girl like that, man?
They ain't together no more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. Haven't you heard she's working on The Simpsons now? Ay, caramba!
Hey, Marge.
Hey, honey. Oh wow.
Wow.
It was really good. Oh, wow.
You do that really well. Wow.
But needless to say,
there you have it, man. There you have it.
This event hasn't even sold out.
Not surprising.
The Australia event hasn't sold out.
Oh my gosh, not even with Undertaker and Triple H.
The Saudi Arabia event hasn't sold out. You know what has sold out? Impact. Bound for Glory. Next month. You know when tickets went on sale? The tail end of August. And tickets are sold out. You know what else is sold out? Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling at Madison Square Garden. Sold out. What's that tell you? What does that tell you?
And that's just sad.
Oh no, I don't think it's sad. I think it's a great
Tells
thing.
me that people are sick of WWE.
Sick of WWE. Yeah.
That's what it tells me. You have an event that features the Undertaker and Triple H, and it hasn't even sold out yet. That's how
Exactly.
that goes to show you where they are at this point.
Yep.
Before we came on air, I played a clip of the Jackson brothers, not the Jackson 5 people. Nick and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks, the Elite, members of the Bullet Club. And this was after the All In event had taken place. And I'm going to ask you, Ness, specifically, be it that you're not necessarily in the wrestling game, but what I'm going to ask you is something that I think if I played this for anybody, wrestling or not, they would be able to answer this question. In hearing that, the delivery of that quote-unquote promo, even though a lot of it was out of breaking kayfabe, how did it register to you in terms of its flow, sincerity, it being genuine?
It was as genuine as it gets. They were expressing their appreciation for the fans, for their colleagues, and for their craft.
Mm-hmm. And how do you read the response back from the audience?
Oh, they were just as appreciative. People have spoken. They want to see wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
They want compelling storylines. They don't even need not so much. I mean, they want to see wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And
the story that's simple and makes sense. These athletes, they want to perform at their best. That's what they want to do. They want to perform at their best. Right.
They don't want to be held back. They don't want to be limited. They want to perform at their best.
Mm-hmm. And one thing, a couple of things that caught my attention.
Yeah.
The sense of togetherness, unity, their loyalty.
Unity, yeah.
Not only to the company that employs them, but to each other.
To the fans. To each other and to the fans. Yes.
And a lot of wrestlers who perform in Ring of Honor or New Japan or Impact, any other company outside of WWE, the one thing they'll always tell you, and even those who perform in NXT, one reoccurring theme that I keep hearing is there's such an intimacy with the audience that doesn't exist in WWE's main roster. Why is that? I'm asking the both of you.
There's a disconnect.
There's a disconnect
between the main audience, the main roster, and the audience.
Yep. It's that simple.
As you guys have talked about, the scripted promos, the restrictions on what they can do in the ring, and all the everything else that surrounds the reasons why the product is the way it is.
Mm-hmm. Whereas in these other companies, wrestlers are allowed to interact with their audience.
Yes. You see that a lot.
Without engulfing them in these glass ceilings and walls.
Right.
They're able to give us a natural promo, give us some sort of sincerity when they speak.
Mm-hmm.
And thus, they get the positive and genuine reaction that us as fans, we give back to them. Understand?
Yeah, because we're reciprocating what they give back to us.
Right.
You know, and they do tell their stories in the ring. And it's consistent. And it makes, like you said, it makes sense. And it's about one thing. The championship. Or or being number one contender. It's always about the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
And that's what it should be about. Every storyline should be centered around the championship, the title.
Correct.
Because when you get involved and compete in pro sports, you're competing for titles.
Mm-hmm.
McMahon has lost touch in reality.
Mm-hmm.
He obviously doesn't care who the audience cheers or boos. He's going to put over who he wants to put over.
Pretty much.
But people are tired.
Nobody says no to me. Nobody.
No.
Well, speaking of nobody says no to Vince, what are your feelings towards what Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Cody, when they made reference to WWE? How do you feel about that? And how do you interpret what they said concerning WWE?
Are you talking about both of us?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is how I interpreted it. I interpreted it as, you're not the main company anymore. That's what I interpreted as.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the main company anymore. You're not the main people that we go to now.
Mm.
We can go wherever we want to go, and we've proven it. We've proven that we don't need WWE to back us up.
I've never heard you that passionate on a sports Vista before as you were just now. That was awesome.
Well, I'm passionate about pro wrestling.
Esto es un récord, mi gente.
I can't. You know, and it's
first ever passionate woman on sports.
Oh God! Hashtag first woman.
First ever.
Hashtag first ever.
Hey, folks, stay tuned for the first ever women's podcast here at ENT.
Well, we got to get another woman first before we can do that.
Oh man! But continue it.
This is what I've been wanting to see, and for an actual event to make somebody forget that they're sick for a little while, that means a lot. It doesn't matter what time I gotta get up, if I gotta get up early in the morning or whatever, I don't really care, because this is what I'm passionate about. This is how you tell a story. You tell it in the ring. You don't go backstage and wonder about something else or talk about different matches when you're supposed to be announcing or, you know, commentating on what's going on in front of you.
You know, speaking of that, and you know what? No, yeah. Let me just mention this, and then I want Ness's opinion on this subject matter, what we're talking about right now. But before we get to you, Ness, I just want to make note and piggyback off of what Crystal's saying in terms of the commentators booth. And look, one thing that gets under my skin with WWE is every single minute. Trending number 1 on Twitter, man. We're number 1 on Twitter, man. Hashtag TLC, man. Hashtag Hell in a Cell, bro.
Hashtag
Number one, bro.
Yeah,
Number one. We're number 1, bro. We're number 1.
And you look at Twitter and they're number 5 or number 6 or number 10.
Here we go. As I'm watching All In 2 weeks ago, they did plug Twitter, but it was so much more in a genuine style than WWE. You know why? Because they were like, alright guys, we're trending number 5 worldwide on Twitter. Number 5. Not number 1! Number 5. 20, 30, 40 minutes would go by. Okay guys, we're trending number 4 here on Twitter now. It's like, that's so cool.
You know
how they're just giving you this you know?
Like a play-by-play of what,
you
where
know what
they're trending.
Until finally, like 2 hours and a half later. Okay, guys, we're finally trending number 1 on Twitter. We're finally trending. Listen to that.
Yeah.
Listen to that.
I encourage you guys, if you haven't seen All In, please find some way to watch it.
Subscribe to New Japan World.
Yeah, they have it on there. It's only, what, $8 a month?
It's $8 a month. For the best pro wrestling in the world.
999 yen, for those of you who want it in the Japanese currency. But yeah, best pro wrestling
You know what's crazy about
Literally.
that? You know what's crazy about that?
What's up?
Once upon a time, Mo and I used to mark out for MMA the same way.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's...
Yeah.
Wow.
Once upon a time.
Yeah.
8 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
To the point where I would even write down the match cards, promote it on Facebook.
Yeah.
I even had a Facebook group for MMA.
Yep.
I even had a wrestling group on Facebook. But you know, it's what it is. But Ness, to the question that Crystal answered.
What was the question?
Oh crap! Hey, Crystal, what was the question again?
Oh,
Help me out here.
We've all kind of.
One second.
She is thinking now of the question.
Stop it! Quick! I can't do that. I can't think while y'all are sitting in my ear.
All right.
Well, do the shuffle while she figures it out. Go ahead.
No, don't do that. Oh. Oh. How do you, how I think it was how did you view it? Since I believe you're not in the wrestling game anymore. No, that's not it. That wasn't the question.
No, that was.
I know that wasn't the question.
To the
That
Young
was
Bucks,
pertaining.
interview.
To the Young Bucks,
I know.
yeah.
I can't remember the question.
I can't either.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Wait, let me see.
And I did want Ness to answer this one. That's the thing. I know
I
that
know,
much.
I did too.
This is what anything can happen when we're live, folks.
Yes.
And this is off the cuff too. I don't read my questions off of a paper.
No, we're live, folks. This is live, unedited,
gosh.
unfiltered, live.
I can't. Oh.
You know, you guys were talking about earlier the comparing WWE's constant overly hyperbole promotion of how they're trending on Twitter versus
The way that
Ring of Honor, Impact,
the way that All In,
The way that,
they
All
were
In.
doing it.
New Japan, the way All In would do it, and
Yeah.
my thought on that is WWE has this sense of desperation, is why they do it.
Mm-hmm.
They have this sense of desperation that they're just doing. They're putting it all out there. This last ditch effort. They're throwing a Hail Mary pass to try to score, and boy, it's way overthrown.
Yes.
Into the stands, into the empty stands, I should say.
So
right?
it's not because they feel entitled, right? Because they were
No.
okay.
No, they're desperate to regain the attention that they lost to Ring of Honor, to New Japan, to Impact.
Yep.
It's a sense of desperation. That's what it is. They're desperate to regain that attention.
Mm-hmm. And yes, he did say
you
to
can-
Impact. Incredible.
Yes, to Impact.
Yeah, who would have thought, right?
Yes. Yeah.
To Impact. Who was once in a
Incredible.
vegetative state. Now look at them now. Look at them now.
Selling out, man.
You know what's really aggravating about this whole WWE being crap right now?
What's up?
They have NXT under their banner. But yet,
Yes.
they look like a totally different company in comparison to their main flagship shows.
That is one
It
thing
makes
that
no sense.
That is one thing that I will never, ever understand.
No, me either.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
I don't get it.
How
I
could
don't-
you
I
have
don't get
something
it either.
so great be under that?
But yet
It's
the
under
rest
the
of
WWE
the
banner.
rest of your product is
Right.
The rest of the product is crap.
Mm-hmm.
if I were to watch NXT and I didn't know any better, I would think this is a totally different company.
Right.
Because that's how they look. That's how they are. They look like a totally different company. They look more like NJPW, Ring of Honor, and so on.
Yeah, they do.
Big time.
They do.
But they're not. But they're under the WWE banner, which is
Right.
surprising if you watch NXT.
But big time. I mean,
I don't get it.
I mean, those guys go from bell to bell. They don't slow down.
Literally.
You know? And
No.
yes, rest holds in
No.
wrestling, very important. Very important.
But it's not 10, 15
but
minutes
you
of it.
do a rest hold every 5 minutes, maybe. Or every 10, depending on the longevity of your match. You take 30 minutes to 30 seconds to a minute, you know, to chain wrestle. for the benefit of rest holds. I would explain what all that means, but it would take a whole different podcast for that. Wrestling terminology goes deeper than what you guys would think.
Now, if you guys want to hear more about that, you can tweet us or Facebook us, and we'll see. We'll get back to you.
We'll get back to you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Leave us comments as well.
Y'all know.
Exactly.
Yep.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. don't be scared.
Skirt.
And that's right. So, but I think we've squozen all of the orange juice out of this podcast. What do you say? Orange juice things are Crystal, huh?
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Vince
We have reached the
third.
conclusion of this episode of Sports Vista.
Well, remember, guys, to have a beautiful weekend and, watch your football. If it's college or NFL football, if you're going to watch baseball too, baseball? Or if you're going to watch New Japan on Saturday and on Monday there's another event too and another one next Sunday. Will you shut up?
That's right. Yeah.
Whatever you're gonna do, if you need to use the Bluetooth or the Pikachu or the Raichu, do it safe, alright? Well, for ENT Hooligans, I'm Baby Moy, she's Crystal, and he's Ness. Remember to have a productive and safe weekend. Please thumbs up, subscribe, follow us, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Neil. Thank you for that, Neil.
Actually, I was gonna say thank you, King Kai, for that. That's what you sounded like to me. You sounded like King Kai.
With that, with that said, folks, remember.
Yeah.
And everything you do, I'm gonna let them finish that off for me this time.
And everything you do, put God first, y'all.
Amen to that.
Francie Hooligans, we say. Go ahead.
Wait, go ahead.
Okay. I'm Star Fox. He's Ness. He's Baby Boy. And,
That's Baby Moy.
I will let him... I'm sorry. I did say Baby Moy. I will let him finish his little see ya thing that he does at the end of the podcast.
Go ahead. God bless y'all. Peace. He's rambling. He's stumbling. Woo!